Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Awesome Epic Reviews. And if you turn around and look behind me, you got the whole shebang, got the whole different colors to match the theme of the game I'm talking about, and the nice little logo I made. I feel like I'm gonna do this for every big video I do. But yeah, you got the whole shebang back there. You got the little lights right here. So the production looks pretty insane. So how about I stop jerking off about the goddamn production? I got the fucking scripts, so maybe I can talk a little better in this video. My thoughts be more decent, more organized compared to some of my last videos where I'm just all over the place. So I'm gonna try something different. Maybe I'll be a better reviewer. Maybe I could be like one of the big time ones, and maybe, just maybe, I can reach 30 views instead of 25 views. So hopefully that works out. Now let me stop spewing all this jazz about reviews, lights, scripts. No one really gives a shit about that. How about I talk about Saints Row? That's what we're here for. That's what the video title's for and all that jazz. So Saints Row, released this year, August of 2022. I bought it on release. I did not finish. Actually, I didn't really start to play it till November. I probably played like maybe 25% of the game when it released, and I just dropped it because it was boring. And I finished it a couple weeks ago because I wanted to get it done, and because reviewing Saints Row was always the plan for me. So let's talk about Saints Row. Well, what is there to talk about with Saints Row? Well, we have the genius bad marketing that the game had when they first revealed it a year and a half ago. Was it a year and a half ago or a year ago? It was like a year ago when they revealed it, and the game was fucking smeared because it looked like shit, because obviously there was like a change in style. Look a little bit Fortnite-ish, but it didn't really look good. It didn't look like Saints Row, and if it did look like Saints Row at best, it looked like a second-rate version of Saints Row 3, which released in 2011. So let's roll down this little other intro for Awesome Epic Reviews, and let's get started on the video. I have always been a fan of Saints Row, and in fact, I've always liked it better than Rockstar's GTA. I don't know if that's a wild take right there, but I've always liked Saints Row as a whole better than GTA. Even though I like GTA, it's just for some reason Saints Row just felt like a better game to play, in my opinion. So when the announcement of a new Saints Row game came out, I was excited initially. Fuck yeah. A new Saints Row? Who doesn't love Saints Row 1? Who doesn't love Saints Row 2? And I'm sure Saints Row 3 has its fans, and I'm one of them. I think Saints Row 3 was a fantastic game. Not so much Saints Row 4. That game sucked. As I was saying, I was excited for a new Saints Row up until I saw that reveal trailer.
You should have eyes on the merchandise.
I sure do.
Was that a gunshot?
Get the fuck away from my friends.
Now, this trailer, or the reaction to the trailer, is one of those things where the internet ripped it apart, and rightfully so. And then once that happened, you get the optimistic crowd that, will probably like anything to begin with. Let's be real. If you like Saints Row Reboot, you probably like anything, and I'm gonna just assume your standards aren't that high. That group of people will be ragging about the pessimistic people, and it just turns into this argument all the time, whether it be Reddit, Twitter, but that's just the way it goes, and it just gets nowhere, and then one group gets proven right, which we all know is the pessimistic people that was proven right. Then you get the Saints Row development team, those people, right, that developed the game, you get them clapping back at the haters, the critics, the pessimistic pieces of shit, clapping at them, telling them to not buy the game, which we all know how that works out, you know, because we saw EA did it. Just it worked really well from them when people were critiquing Battlefield 5. So who turned out to be right in this situation? Well, if you weren't listening to me earlier, I've said it twice already. Let me say it a third time. The people who were bitching, being pessimistic, have critiques, they were right. Spoiler alert, they were right. I was right. Everyone, there's people were right. But if you're watching this video, you're not here to just hear me brag about being right. You're here to see the explanations on why this game's dog shit. Well, guess what? I'm gonna give it to you. I haven't actually played a Saints Row game since, really, Saints Row the Third. I kind of glossed over Saints Row 4. I mean, I tried it for about an hour and realized it wasn't for me. So I don't really count Saints Row 4. But Saints Row the Third was the last one I played. And after playing this reboot, my only conclusion about this game is that it's either on the same level as the first 3 games or it's worse. But I'm going to lean into it being worse because this Saints Row reboot just feels like it's a game that came out in the Xbox 360 era.
I expect my leash back.
This does not feel like a game that was released in 2022. I just, let me put it like that. This does not feel like a current gen game in any way, shape, or form. I'm pointing a gun at you, dude. I just had to get closer to you? You just realized?
Leave me alone.
No, I won't shoot you. I'm gonna give you a fiery fisting. The NPCs in this game are buggy as all hell, and they're entertaining for all the wrong reasons.
Where's our backup?
Out of my dreams, into your car.
Try something, Saint. I dare you.
Move your ass!
I think that's the Saints.
You could be glitching out of the game for absolutely no reason, or a mission's just fucking glitch. And keep in mind, this is November. Let me just say that this is November. They did have a patch that patched these glitches supposedly or something. The point is, this game's 3 months out, like 3-4 months out. Another thing is that you can't rob a gun store like you can in the other entries.
What?
The clerk that's in the store, he doesn't exist. You can't shoot at him. He doesn't run away. He doesn't get scared. Nothing. He just stands there like a fucking bit emoji. You can't point a gun at him and lead him to the safe to get some extra cash. You can't do shit. He just stands there, and the only option you got is to shop. The cops and the gangs in this game are absolute jokes. You could fight them all day. They're the, if you really think about it, they're the total opposite of GTA cops, because those guys are like RoboCops. But in this game, they might as well be stormtroopers. They are absolute jokes in every single way, and if you kill enough of them, your notoriety just goes away. Yeah, that happens.
Oh! Bring the pain! Get out of our way! Your feet up! Taking cover!
Keep in mind, this game released in August. All these clips that I have just shown you are from November, and not like early November, like after Thanksgiving November. 3 goddamn whole months after release. The gameplay sucks. It is way worse than any entry in this fucking series, and the game doesn't even fucking work. Now let's talk about story. The story and the writing is absolutely dreadful, to say the least.
Fuckity fuck. Fuck. Shit. Goddamn fucking shit. Goddamn fucking shitballs on the side order. A mother-loving shit smell. Piss-covered ass crack.
None of it's really funny. None of it's clever. It just feels like I don't know how to put a finger on it. Like it just feels like humor that's not trying to be offensive. If that makes any sense. Like they're trying to be funny, but they also don't want to be offending in any particular way, and it just comes off like that South Park bit in the vaccination episode, or is it the futuristic episode where we're all grown up, like that Jimmy bit. It's just what it feels like they're doing.
And now here he is, the king of woke comedy, Jimmy!
Wow, what a terrific audience. What's the deal with these Mexicans, huh? I mean, they have fabulous food, their country has amazing beaches, and they're really fantastic people.
Also, who thought it was a fantastic idea to reboot this fucking game, right? Your 4 main characters are absolutely goddamn fucking geeks that are trying to pay fucking rent. That's all I really got to say about the story. There's really nothing worth to dissect besides, 6 hours of funny one-liners that are just inoffensive? What's the story? What's the intrigue to dissect this and go in depth? This is like shit posting the fucking game.
GG.
Now, let's talk about style. And the style couldn't be more confusing to me, because on one hand, it's like a fucking second-rate OG Saints Row, and then on the other hand, it's like a second-rate Saints Row the Third reboot. I mean, the best way I can describe it is it's just Saints Row the Third with no dildos and unfunny humor. And I think it just all comes down to this series facing an identity crisis because they are scared to be compared to their competitors, Grand Theft Auto. My only thing I gotta say to that, about them being scared to be compared to that, is who the fuck cares? Let them compare. Because what was wrong with the first two games? What, at best they're like similar to fucking GTA? So fucking what? Call of Duty and Battlefield are both fucking rivals in for fucking years, and they're two completely different games, but they get compared a lot. And that's fine. Saints Row and GTA could be like that too, so why does it fucking matter if they get compared to GTA? So what? GTA is the biggest fucking game in that genre. It's always going to be. So why can't Saints Row just be like it's, you know, do a similar style? Well, I'm just trying to understand what was wrong with the first two games. Because it was too much like GTA? This identity crisis of being scared to be compared to GTA is not helping this fucking series. Overall, the critics are right. And the only people who don't think they're right are people who are coping and have buyer's remorse. And honestly, that's just me being a fucking prick. This game is a failure in the sales. The reception is absolutely fucking dog shit. And now, Volition, to my understanding, is now owned by Gearbox in some capacity. I haven't fully read it. I just read the news a couple weeks ago. And regardless of what the context is or the correct wording, they're with Gearbox. So who really knows what the future of Saints Row is? And honestly, I hope there's not a sequel to this piece of trash, and I hope we could do another reboot, or just do a remake of Saints Row 1 and 2, and just look at the remakes that we have been getting, like the successful remakes of Resident Evil 4. Just do that. Just do that. And just do that with Saints Row 1 and 2. And just do it correctly. And on that note, I'm going to end the video on this. Saints Row Reboot 2022, to me, is the Dead Rising 4 of the Saints Row franchise. I won't be explaining on that statement, so instead, I'm going to cut corners on that like those two games did. Anyways, I am Cynic Michael. I'll catch you in the next video, and I appreciate you for watching awesome epic reviews. And just remember, I'm a prick, and I just don't miss.